she continued, "but I do know what a difference it makes to know you're among friends. This is Spindle Cove. We're all a bit unusual here. Just remember, everyone in the village is on your side." "Everyone?" Miss Elliot's wary gaze slid to the enormous solitary man seated at the bar. "He's so big," she whispered, "and so frightful. Every time I start to play, I can see him wince." "You mustn't take it personally. He's a military man, and you know they're all addled by bomb blasts." Kate gave Miss Elliot an encouraging pat on the arm. "Never mind him. Just hold your head high, keep a smile on your face, and continue playing." "I'll try. But he's rather difficult to ignore." Yes, he was. Didn't Kate know it? Even though Corporal Thorne excelled at ignoring her, she couldn't deny his effect on her own composure. Her skin prickled whenever he was near, and on the rare occasion that he looked her way, his glare had a way of slicing deep. But for the sake of Miss Elliot's confidence, Kate set her personal reactions aside. "Chin high," she quietly reminded Miss Elliot and herself. "Keep smiling." Kate began playing the lower half of the duet, but when the time came for Miss Elliot's entrance, the younger lady faltered after just a few bars. "I'm sorry, Miss Elliot lowered her voice. "Did he wince again?" "No, worse," she moaned. "This time, he shuddered." With a little gasp of indignation, Kate craned her neck to view the bar. "No, he didn't." Miss Elliot nodded. "He did. It was terrible." That sealed it. For him to ignore her pupils was one thing. Wincing was another, but there was no excuse for shuddering. Shuddering was beyond the pale. "I'll speak with him," Kate said, rising from the pianoforte bench. "Oh, don't, I beg you." "It's all right," Kate assured her. "I'm not afraid of him. He might be brutish, but I don't believe he bites." She crossed the room and came to a stop just behind Corporal Thorne's shoulder. She almost gathered the courage to tap the tasselled epaulet of his red uniform. Almost. Instead, she cleared her throat. "Corporal Thorne?" He turned. In all her life, she'd never known a man who could look so hard. His face was stony, composed of ruthless, chiselled angles and unyielding planes. Its stark terrain offered her no shelter, nowhere to hide. His mouth was a grim slash. His dark brows converged in disapproval, and his eyes were the blue of river ice on the coldest, harshest winter night. "Chin high, keep smiling." "As you might have noticed," she said lightly, "I'm in the middle of a music lesson." No response. "You see, Miss Elliot is anxious when it comes to performing for strangers." "You want me to leave?" "No." Kate's own reply surprised her. "No, I don't want you to leave." That would be letting him off too easily. He was always leaving. This was their standard interaction, time after time. Kate screwed up her courage and attempted to be friendly. He always found some excuse to promptly leave the room. It was a ridiculous game, and she was weary of it. "I'm not asking you to leave," she said. "Miss Elliot needs practice. She and I are going to play a duet. I'm inviting you to lend us your attention." He stared at her. Kate was accustomed to awkward eye contact. Whenever she made new acquaintances, she became painfully aware that people saw only the bold port wine splash on her temple. For years she tried to obscure her birthmark with wide-brimmed bonnets or artfully arranged ringlets of hair. To no avail. People always stared straight past them. She'd learned to ignore the initial hurt. In time, she went from being just a birthmark in their eyes to being a woman with a birthmark, and eventually they looked at her and just saw Kate. Corporal Thorne's gaze was altogether different. She didn't quite know who she was in his eyes. The uncertainty set her on a razor's edge, but she kept struggling to find her balance. "Stay," she dared him. "Stay and listen while we play our best for you. Applaud when we finish. Tap your toes to the rhythm if you like. Give Miss Elliot a bit of encouragement. And shock me to the fingernails by proving you've a smidgen of compassion." Aeons passed before he